I mean, you remember all the good times. You definitely remember, this game and all that. But you remember all the good times in the locker room. I don't think you remember specific, stats or anything like that. You just remember experiences and how everybody treated each other. And I think that's something we're proud of. And obviously this hurts right now, but it's been a successful season, and need to get better from here.
Appreciate your time, Jake.
Thank you.
Jake,
We're gonna send it back to you guys.
Jake, can you talk about the speed that Alabama had on defense?
Yeah, I mean they're really fast and they're coming in. Obviously have a lot of really good athletes. Yeah, I mean they're fast for sure.
How hard is that balance between knowing you have to get the ball out, but then also trying to take care of it and not turn it over?
Yeah, I mean I just got to do my job of going through my reads. If I start worrying about all that, that's not my job. That's the old lineman, and I thought they did a good job of that. I thought I walked into some sacks, and I got to be better with the ball, and just sit in there a couple of times. But we'll know more once we see the film, and that's the best defense we've gone against. So I'm kind of anxious to see how it looked on film and how we stacked up. But obviously it hurts right now.
Jake, how much do you think that interception return rate for they have changed the momentum of this game?
Yeah, it totally changed the momentum of the game. I knew that coming in. They've had some games where it's been close, and then they'll get a defensive touchdown, and then it starts rolling. And I just got to throw it away. Stop trying to make something out of nothing.
Did you guys talk on the sidelines about maybe running the ball and trying to get to the locker room at half, or did you want to
we had talked about it. We want to take one or two shots, just to give it a shot. But we had talked about it. And at the end of the day, I was hot on that, and my job is just to not make a bad play worse. So I should have just taken the sack or launched it out of bounds. And but that's obviously on me.
Jake, how just quickly do they close the windows on you, and what you think you see, how quickly does it disappear?
Yeah, I mean, they're good defense. I think they can get in your quarterback's head. I don't think they did that necessarily, but you definitely have to get rid of the ball pretty quickly. They have elite, pass rush guys, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that overall. But you've got to make a couple more plays and turnovers when you're playing a good team like that. That's really what it comes down to. That they beat us in the turnover game.
Did it surprise you how quickly the linebacker was able to get to that Hawkeye in that play?
I mean, he was a DN. Too. I mean, I saw him. Just split-second decision, just threw it, maybe to make a play, but I should have just thrown it out of bounds, just taken the sack and gone at halftime.
Once you get over this and look at the future, you're going to be real excited about what you see and how far you guys have gone this year.
Yeah, but we're not thinking about that right now. I'm more thinking about the Darrell Daniels and the people that have really taken me under the wing when I first got here. As guys supposed to still be in high school, and I remember my locker being right next to Darrell's, and Darrell kind of showing me the ropes and stuff like that, or a Kevin King, great personality and just someone that's electric in the locker room as well as on the field, and he's a good guy. And I think, like I've said before multiple times, to come into the program the way they did, not too far removed from like a winless season, and to leave it, how it is now, they really set the stage for some of the younger guys and myself to really try and take this program to the next level.
Does any part of you feel like turnover here, if they play there, that you guys can win this game?
Yeah. I mean, it's when two good teams like that are playing, and I thought our defense pretty much shut them down. I think they really only had one play, and so it really just came down to executing on offense and not turning the ball over. Turn the ball over twice. I think they got 10 points out of it, and that'll kill you. It ended up being a 17-point game.
So, Jake, ultimately, was it 12 wins, tied for the best in school history? Yet, obviously, you never want to lose the final game. Is it bittersweet?
Yeah, it sucks right now, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't think anyone's really saying that they feel great right now, but a couple of days this will wash away, and we'll see the film. But I think this just takes it. You want to say thanks to the seniors and all that, but for a lot of the young guys, everybody coming back, you gotta build on top of this. It's just the best team in the nation right now, and the hottest team in the nation, kind of the program that's run college football, and we're a couple plays away, and you got yourself on film playing against the best, and there's not many teams we're going to see that are better than that. So now just building on top of that.
You talk about building on top of it. How much